47 of Season 4 of The Paper Thing with me, the Broken Bottle Boy, here on Twitch. Today's show is a 4-paper show. Was going to be a magazine special, but I'm going to hold that off till Monday, and instead we're going to do 4 papers. So it is the Sun, the Times, the Daily Mail, and the Daily Telegraph. Going to try to get through the Daily Telegraph in 2 minutes flat today. But before that, so many things behind me. So many things that I should have moved before I started the show. So there we go. Yes. Going to do a 4-paper show with many exciting things. Trying to get through the Daily Telegraph in 2 minutes flat today. It may kill me. It may not. We'll see. And you'll find in today's papers there isn't much mention of the Batley and Spen by-election because the results weren't through by the time these papers were published. So all the brutally partisan and self-congratulatory analysis of that will have to go for another day. You'll find plenty of it on Twitter anyway. But in the meantime, we're going to look through the Sun, Times, the Daily Mail, and the Telegraph. A speed run through the Telegraph, particularly tricky as it persists in being printed in terrible form. Hello, Slinkamaya. Hello, Bad Motivator. Or should I say, valued subscriber, Bad Motivator. Princess Diana is, I'm sorry to tell you, C122, H122, that Princess Diana is, in fact, dead. Shock news just coming into us now. So, let's get started with the Sun. Oh, my God, everything this morning is annoying me. Rah. Oh, my pens are falling out of the pot. Okay, let's get started with the Sun. Front page of the Sun, of course, is the Princess Diana statue. Princess and the Peace. This is the story they wanted to tell. They've been telling their own story about how there's a feud based largely on anonymous sources and things that Prince William's camp have said, and now they want them to make up again. It's just a tabloid narrative that needs to be completed. And in the top right-hand corner, we've got one of these very traditional tabloid stories about an animal predicting the result of a football game. This time, it's Chicken Kiev, a chicken who has suggested that England will win in the match against Ukraine tomorrow. Why does the statue remind me of the White Witch of Narnia? It does have slightly White Witch vibes, though some commentators, including ones we don't particularly like Janice Turner, have compared it to Soviet art. I think that's doing Soviet art down, frankly. It has quite a cold energy, and I don't really understand why there were sort of 3 symbolic children with it, given that her 2 real children were there. On pages 2 and 3, the headline, "Every day we wish she was still with us." Will's and Harry's emotional reunion for Mum Diana. They're shown smiling at each other, or at least Prince Harry's shown smiling. Prince William is shown being Prince William. C122, H122's review of the statue. I don't like it. The statue is 1.25 times life size. It is thought her pencil skirt, belt and blouse were inspired by her outfit in her 1993 Christmas card. So there you go. Elsewhere, Diana's boys back with her brother and sisters. Ingrid Seward, the royal commentator, one of the royal commentators who was caught out by YouTubers commenting about royal events before they actually happened, says, reaching out again to heal the rift. New background, somewhat more ominous than the last one. Yeah, Dan Jones, this is just a temporary background as I accidentally deleted the old one. On page 7, which is page 3 today, I'm just to impress. Model Jessica Aldi goes to work in her Italian partner Marco Verratti's team colours. He plays for... he plays for... who does he play for? Belgium. Fans blast fake bikini posts. Britney can't be set free. Judge ruling on dad control. Britney has lost her fight to stop her father controlling her life. She failed to propose. What is the... Britney dances in bikinis, but fans think some of the images are old. Jessica Alba, the knockoff Jessica Alba, right. Yes. On page 10 and 11, Jordan Peckford. It's the chicken predicting that England will win the game. It's not predicting that, it's just eating some food. And they make up some chicken names for the England players. Jaden Nando, Tyrone Wings, Jordan Henderson, Pecklan Rice, Kyle Squawker, Phil Croden, it's not a chicken, Klakayo Saka, Ben Chickwell, Dominic Giblet Lewin, Jude Shellingham, and Ben Egg White. Please. The referee in the quarterfinal is German, so the Sun makes a crap headline for that. What do you call a German in Euro 2020 quarterfinal? The referee. Dr. Robert Leffer says, this pointless pinch of salt won't make us healthier, just poorer. Just says that salt taxes are a bad idea. Wally the walrus is now near the Scilly Islands. They are still taking photos of it, despite being told that they should leave it alone. The awful Auton, the expressionless face of Douglas Murray sticks out there. Levelling up Boris, so don't take us from mugs. We've got two-tier travel rules. He calls Donald Rumsfeld a flawed genius. Oh, God. Just an awful human. More Love Island things. Trolls bombard Chloe with death threats. Love Violent. Burrows family abuse fear. Plea for haters to be kind. This is the same paper that yesterday... Let me pull up the... Hang on. Let me find yesterday's paper. The same Sun that today is saying be kind to her. Wasn't yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday. Oh, I can't find it. Anyway, it's the same paper that the other day was calling her the villain of the series. Why are they... What do they think happens when they set people up like this? Celine Kumar says, okay, that Britain news is inaccurate. She lost a petition to remove her dad from the Conservatorship. She hasn't yet filed a formal motion to end the Conservatorship. Yeah, there you go. 19. Neasden giant Hussein seriously ill in care home. A 7-foot 7-inch giant celebrated as the world's tallest man is now fighting for his life. Hussein Basad, found living in Neasden, North London, 2002, has been in care home battling serious health problems for 5 years. 46-year-old has dialysis 3 times a day at the facility. Found by the Sun and harassed by the Sun. People who are giants tend to you can often have health problems. There's a funny picture of a zebra laughing or appearing to laugh. On page 21, Wimbo Aces, thank you. Murray serves up shirt to fans. Andy Murray thanked the fans who cheered him by giving them his shirt. Elton John is joining an all-star lineup for the Jubilee concert. He's going to play for the Queen alongside Ed Sheeran. On page 25, up mountain in stilettos. 2 glam pals scaled an imposing Lake District mountain in high heels. They did it for charity. Fry Oops Chuck. TV Toff act Stephen loves a bit of Corrie, but not EastEnders. Okay, whoopee-doo. Over a barrel motorists pay most for fuel in 7.5 years. So, BIG new clues in rappers' murders. For almost a quarter of a century, the unsolved murders of rival rappers Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur have conjured up multiple theories. But now, British investigative journalist Nick Broomfield believes he has fresh evidence that could help bring Biggie's killers to justice. If you've ever seen Nick Broomfield's Kurt Cobain film, you'll take that with a pinch of salt. On the front of the gold supplement, let's get ready to rumble. Fearsome Ukrainian Alexander Usyk says his team will KO the 3 Lions in Rome tomorrow. Right. Okay, maybe they will. On pages 32 and 33, jabs have made us safe. Still one thing lingers. Our state of fear. And Laura Dodsworth, the author and photographer, says, the government has terrorized us into lockdown. We now need a stage-style plan for our recovery. Funny enough, she talks about State of Fear. She has a book coming out called State of Fear. Slate of Mine, Nick Broomfield needs to give it a fucking rest. Agreed. In the TV news, Maisie Smith wore an outfit that they basically compare to Wonder Woman. It looks nothing like it. Last night's TV, Dragon's Den, gets an okay review. Tonight's TV picks, Scotland a Year in the Wild, Tracing Heritage, National Geographic, Canada Hits at the BBC, and Britain's Biggest Hits from 1996 on Channel 5. In Fab Daily, daring or oversharing, the summer's hottest, most controversial celeb trend. Celebs have taken to letting their breasts hang out once more. The underboob is back. Oh, fucking hell. Is it really? There's a story about, can they save the gap? Will the gap recover? Probably not. In the £50 letters, Les Holt, he writes in quite often, writes, England beating Ukraine to reach the semi-finals of the Euros would be the best tonic for the country. After depressing lockdowns and the tragic deaths from COVID-19, there is at last something to cheer about and lift the nation's spirit. I sense a massive change in the mood of the country. No medicines can equal what the Three Lions are doing. The young bloods are fired up and look set for victory. Go for it, lads. Glory is waiting. Yes, indeed. Don't bother searching for a malaria vaccine. Just hope for another Three Lions win, because there's no better medicine. They said that happiness was the best medicine. No, it's the Three Lions winning things. Fucking hell. In the short letters, Carol says, nurses and doctors in hospitals see sick people every day, so why can't GPs see patients in the surgery? Well, GP practices are a different type of building, often with less space. There are many reasons. Willie from Morecambe says, I love the flying car that runs on petrol. Now the inventors must try to make an electric one that runs on batteries. Bill from Essex says, with some EU countries wanting proof that visitors are fully jabbed, why not use a stamp system where doctors or jab centres stamp passports that show at customs there and abroad? Job done. Because stamps are very easily forged, Willie, I guess. Tom Odell gets 5 stars for his new record. Black Widow gets 5 stars. The film Freaky, a body swap film with Catherine Newton and Vince Vaughn, a killer swapping bodies with a high school girl, gets 3 stars. And Another Round gets 4 stars. Thinking my jabs have made us safe. My friend who's currently bedridden with COVID after 1 vax shot would beg to fucking differ. I don't mean that in an anti-vax way. I mean, in a vaccine certainly help, but they don't provide full immunity and people still need to be careful. Yeah, agreed. They're trying to sell you electric weed zappers. And in the sport, Ukraine versus England. Jack, we're the big scalp. Lions front 6 are scary. England fan favourite. Jack Grealish shows his hunger for victory against Ukraine as he plays with inflatable pizza in the St George's Park pool. Maybe it was pepperoni. They all want a piece of us, is the headline. Jesus Christ. Yeah, people are still making body swap movies studying fangirl. Incredible as it may seem. Okay, that was The Sun. I give it a classic double negative nice. That's a minus 69.69. We're now going to move on to The Telegraph, which I'm going to attempt to get through in 2 minutes, which is a risky move given how big and annoying the pages are. Do give me your scores for The Sun while I do the switching of the picture and the setting of the timer and all that jazz. Did you miss the magazine special? You did not, starting Fangirl. I've decided to move it to Monday because I want to get hold of some slightly better magazines. Also, no one suggested any, so I'm going to have to pick them myself, unless anyone does in the meantime. C122, H122 gives The Sun minus triple sixes, and Slinkemeyer in with the minus, the double negative nice. All right, here we go. I have I'm going to have to sit for this in order to get through, flick through this paper at a necessary speed. Okay, hey Google, set timer for 2 minutes.
Sure, 2 minutes. Starting now.
Okay, front page. Fraser Nelson saying how Javid will join forces with Sunak to push for reopening, as if Javid can actually do that much. Of course, they've got the statue, holidays in Europe off limits to 5 million Britons who had Indian AstraZeneca jab. It turns out that the Europeans don't support certain batches of the AstraZeneca jab. On page 3, Stated Girl is GB's youngest summer Olympian. Sky Brown will be 13 when she competes in Tokyo, despite suffering horrific injuries this year. She's a skateboarder. More on Rishi Sunak's new dog, absolute propaganda. They give pages 6 and 7 over to the Diana statue with analysis from Camilla Tominey, who says flashes of the good old days as brothers keep tensions in check, while Alistair Sook says less Madonna, more warrior in a piece of kitsch with a Soviet touch. That's his review of the statue. Oxford scientist stole cancer drug from lab to treat his mother, is the claim. Lottery winner told to pay £5 million to ex-wife for hiding money. Women have the top job at 1 in 3 police forces. Yes, more female prison guards is what we need. They found essentially an albino puffin in Scotland. The Taliban has won the war, says Lord Dannett, as UK and US prepare for final withdrawal. Maxwell lawyer believes Cosby ruling will help her gain freedom. I mean, that's just horseshit. Partner of Tory donor's son shunned by family after arrest. That's more on Belize. Fraser Nelson is in the comment, as is Ruth Davidson. It's time to give our children their whole childhood back. And Richard Dannett says our success in Afghanistan was squandered. Jeremy Warner says right on, central banks are ignoring the real danger. Right, even the central banks are woke now. The Telegraph says, is America's justice system broken? Yes, it is. Has it taken you that long to work it out? Judith Wood says, I had a green list holiday. Here's why I wish I hadn't. I'll give it a grip. Dominic Cavendish says, we've had a surfeit of great plays lately, so beware the new Puritanism. Oh, shut up. Everything's about that now. The first rule of Spy Club, never asked to join Spy Club. A thing on MI5. Hey, Google, stop. Nearly finished. Another round gets 3 stars. French Exit 2 stars. Freaky gets 4 stars. In the obits, Donald Rumsfeld and a very bad review for the new Watch film, which has only the loosest relationship to the Discworld books. That is the Daily Telegraph there. I reckon I did that in, 2 minutes 30? I could do 2 minutes. I can get us to the 2 minutes. Dan Jones says, I'll make a paper aeroplane out of the non-league paper and throw it to you. Yeah, just really wang it. C122, H122 says Donald Rumsfeld is survived by his 2 wars. Think about that. To be fair, body swap movies must be super fun for the actors. Yeah, I always thought that about Face Off. They actually do quite good impressions of each other in that. Right, we're going to move on to the Times before we come to the Daily Mail, as we so often do at the end of the show. Going to try and do a wider spread of newspapers next week. I know that I've done a lot of the same ones in the episodes this week, but it's just how the headlines have fallen. Okay, here's the Times, front page of the Times. Bricks and mortar supplement, get building. Best ways to add value to your home. This presumes you've got your own home. In the Arts on Friday, latest news and reviews promised. German retreat over restrictions signals hope for holidays abroad. More briefing in by the government to Oliver Moody, Oliver Wright and Matt Dathan. The main story from Stephen Swinford and Oliver Wright. More briefings from the government is gas and car bills to soar under Green Revolution. Of course, we've got a picture of the Diana statue with Harry in front of it smiling. And on the right-hand side, coverage of that story. Brothers show unity as Diana statue finally goes on show. Inside, there's a human interest story about a schoolgirl who's got into painting since lockdown, and one of her pictures is now going to be shown at the Royal Academy of Arts. To be fair, they're pretty impressive paintings. There's reputation laundering for Denise Coates, founder of Bet365, who's getting her name put on the Courtauld Gallery in London because she has given them loads of money to get hold of portraits by Van Gogh. She's still a disgusting person who makes a disgusting amount of money from a disgusting trade, and no amount of donated art can make up for that. On pages 4 and 5, a moving day, but William and Harry are clearly lacking brotherly warmth. They rate the statue 2 out of 5 because everything must be rated out of stars. The unknown sculptor, whose work we've all handled, is what they write about Ian Rank broadly. He became known as the Queen's sculptor when his depiction of her appeared on all British and Commonwealth coins between 1998 and 2015. Rank broadly, 68, was also responsible for the image of the Duke of Edinburgh that appeared on the £5 coin issued this year after his death. Yes, Denise Coates makes more money than everyone at Man City. It's insane. Afghanistan in danger of collapse as UK troops quit is the story there. Delays, and why might that be? Because we pushed it to that state. British teen thrills Wimbledon weeks after sitting her A-levels. Emma Raducanu is into the third round. She moved to the UK from Canada as a child and trained as a motocross rider before becoming a tennis pro. PM warns of extra precautions after coronavirus curbs lifted. Man targeting Whitty just wanted selfie. An estate agent who was sacked after footage emerged of him and a friend harassing Professor Chris Whitty has been described as a fool by an MP. Lewis Hughes, who was sacked by Kaplan Estates, had apologised and said he only wanted a selfie to show his mother. On social media, however, his dismissal was welcomed. Fiona O'Leary, a retired lawyer, tweeted, "You wouldn't want to rent or buy a house from him, would you?" And the thing about this is, right, fucking idiot, but I'm not comfortable with this kind of public flogging of people by the newspapers. This is just a guy, right, who did something wrong and may be punished legally for it, right? But the newspaper is basically being involved in just a public vilification. They're no judge or jury. Australians told to obey lockdown is a report from Bernard Lagan in Sydney. Sydney, no takers for 1 million soon to expire doses of Pfizer-BioNTech. Israel may have to destroy up to 1 million doses that are due to expire at the end of the month unless another country capable of administering them is found. A plan to transfer them to Britain seemed to have fallen through. About 65% of Israelis, more than 5.5 million people, have received 2 doses of the vaccine. The country is trying to encourage younger generations to be inoculated with less success. Punter has sued a bookmaker for failing to pay out £286,000 in winnings. Watch match outdoors, England fans have been told. More on Rishi Sunak's dog. Quentin Letts is awful. A girl who was brought up on a boat is now trying to do a solo sailing trip. To break a record. Yeah, more coverage of Sky Brown, who will be at the Olympics aged 12. It's now thought that climate not cavemen did for early elephants, the mammoths. Stomach fluid in cows could digest mountain of plastic waste. So the theory is researchers say that the bacterial cocktail that resides in cow's rumen, one of the 4 compartments of its stomach, can break down some of the most commonly used plastics. So that could be the solution to getting rid of plastics. Ronaldo, they follow up on that Ronaldo story from yesterday. Ronaldo gets about £1.16 million per Instagram post, the second biggest on Instagram, they claim anyway, according to data from Hopper HQ and an Instagram scheduling service. So I believe that take that with a pinch of salt. Dwayne Johnson gets 1.1 million per post. Ariana Grande 1.1 million. Kylie Jenner 1.08 million. Selena Gomez 1.06 million, and Kim Kardashian 1.02 million. Lionel Messi get cheaper, just 840 grand per post. Same amount for posts from Beyonce, apparently. The Queen has gone to a horse show and Sophie Wessex was there with her. Whoopie-doo. James Forsyth writes about the government while continuing to pretend that his wife doesn't work in the government. Today's installment of What My Wife Told Me is Johnson and Merkel play the same wily game. I was very annoyed. He was on the radio earlier calling her Angela Merkel. He's a professional political correspondent. Angela Merkel. Emma Duncan says, doom-mongers are blind to human progress. She should tell some of her colleagues in the Times editorial pages. Oliver Cam says it's time to get tough with anti-vaxxers. Leslie Thomas claims that we've missed the giggles and guffaws of office life. Have we? Gerard Baker says Trump has a rival for the Republican affections. He's suggesting that Ron DeSantis could be the next Republican candidate. I seriously doubt it. In the birthdays today, well, would you credit it, but Rupert Murdoch's wife, Jerry Hall, is the first mentioned birthday today. She's 65. Professor Dame Madeline Atkins, the president of Lucy Cavendish College, Cambridge, chief executive of the Higher Education Funding Council for England until 2018, is 69. Nice. Professor Richard Axel, the molecular biologist, Nobel Prize winner, is 75. Mark Billion, the writer, the Tom Thorne crime novel series, is 60. Dame Lynn Brindley, the master of Pembroke College, Oxford, until 2013, and then chief executive of the British Library until 2012, is 71. Pete Briquette, musician from the Boomtown Rats, is 67. Rachel Brown Finnis, the footballer for England until 2013, is 41. Brian Clark, painter and stained glass artist, is 68. Lord Kenneth Clark of Nottingham, MP for Rushcliffe until 2019, Lord Chancellor and Justice Secretary until 2012, is 81. Larry David is 74. Carl Froch, the boxer, four-time super middleweight world champion, now commentator, is 44. Mike Hallett, the snooker player and commentator, is 62. Ahmed Jamal, the jazz pianist, is 91. Peter Kay is 48. Mark Kermode is 58. Daniel Kitson, the comedian, is 44. Lindsay Lohan is 35. I can't believe she's younger than me. Lord James Mackay of Clashfern, the Lord Chancellor until 1997, is 94. Imelda Marcos, First Lady of the Philippines, is still alive and 92. She's First Lady of the Philippines until 1986. Sir Ferdinand Mount, author, journalist, and editor of the Times Literary Supplement until 2002, is 82. Lord David Owen, former Foreign Secretary, he held that post until 1979, is 83. Dee Palmer, the musician from Jethro Tull, is 84. Brian Redpath, the rugby union player for Scotland until 2003, is 50. Margot Robbie, the actress, is 31. Tim Robber, rugby union player for England, is 52. Danny Rose, footballer for Watford, is 31. Baroness Tina Stowell of Beeston, the chairwoman of the Charity Commission until 2021, and leader of the House of Lords and Lord Privy Seal until 2016, is 54. And Frank Williams, the actor best known for playing the vicar in Dad's Army, is 90. Right, moving on. Moving on, in the world news, Trump targets 2024 run as firm faces tax charges. Harris aides quit amid claim of abusive environment. Xi warns West of bloodied heads as party marks centenary. Ghislaine could be next, says lawyer, after Cosby is released. Britney loses court bid to shake off father's financial control. Again, not particularly clear. Hey, Red Tick, I did hear about that huge 368 vote, massive monster victory in Batley and Spen. Hey, Farage's fuckface, first Labour gain in 100 years, I heard. Farage's fuckface. To be honest, there's a lot of laughing in the office when you're a journalist on 250k to write any old shit. Yeah. Actor James Franco has agreed to pay $2.2 million after being accused of pushing female students to perform explicit sex scenes on camera. Not enough. Bankrupt him. Adam Sage in Paris writes, race activists undermine French society. That is the claim coming from President Macron. Oh, France is so fash. Restaurants must offer all diners doggy bags. More news from France. Activist investor demands shake-up of Glaxo. It wants the consumer healthcare side to be spun off. In the Times too, Emerald Fennell talks about her Cinderella musical. Harry Wallop writes, Lovies want a tax on my phone to fund the arts. That's not very smart. Oh, fuck off. Primark cashes in as customers lose fear factor from pandemic. Papers are annoying today. More annoying than usual even. In the obituaries, Zbigniew Pelzinski, Polish partisan fighter turned internationally renowned Oxford politics don, whose students included Bill Clinton and Viktor Orban. Well, maybe not doing so great if he's judged by them. He died of prostate cancer on June 22nd, 2021. He was 95. The other obituary is the 8th Earl of Lonsdale, landowner turned lorry driver who invented vast tracts of the Lake District and tried to sell one of his mountains for £1.7 million. The 8th Earl of Lonsdale in 2014 tried to settle his inheritance tax bill. He sold his Turner painting as well as a farm. He was 72. Lucinda Riley, actress who starred in Auf Wiedersehen Pet but gave up television to become a best-selling author of historical fiction, has died. She was just 56. They're trying to sell you the weed zapper, a walker, shelve units, Ryobi DIY kit. And in the sport, Jack Grealish gives an interview to Henry Winter in which he says, "If I wasn't a player, I'd be a club promoter in Tenerife." And on the back page, "Our attack is scarily good," says Grealish. Teenager storms into the last 32. That's Britain Emma Raducanu, who's just 18. And United target £43 million Varane. Manchester United have turned their attention to Raphael Varane, having confirmed the signing of Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. And Cavendish 2 off-tour record. Mark Cavendish continued his resurgence at the Tour de France yesterday, claiming a second stage win of the year's race and moving within 2 of Eddie Merckx's all-time record. 36-year-old won his first tour stage in 5 years on Tuesday and was triumphant again yesterday, powering to his 32nd stage victory at Châteauroux, the site of his first triumph in the race in 2008. Right. That is the times. For me, it's a quadruple negative nice. Minus 69, minus 69, minus 69, minus 69. Okay, and now we come. Give me your scores for the times. I'm going to do the roll call, and then we will come to the Daily Mail. Slinkamaya gives it all the minus 69s. Okay, I am the Broken Bottle Boy. You can follow me on Twitter at Broken Bottle Boy. Appreciate it if you do. If you enjoy the show, please consider chucking some coins into the newspaper fund. PayPal.me/Conquest of the Useless. I will stick the link in the chat near the end of the show. Also in the chat today, another TT viewer, Anthony Jastrab, Arid Tracks, Aiton, Bad Motivator, Battle Whisk, C122, H122, Commander Root, Dan Jones 3142, Faraj's Fucked Face, Freya Bentos, Joel CCR, Kinyu 92, Mark's Villainy, Morin Skell, Mogshed, Pevrit, Raidens, Red Tixie, Slinkermeyer, Shlomo Shaft, Studying Fangirl, The Royal Flush, Urban Bongo, and Zoe Brings Bacon. Thank you all for joining me here today. SK the Crusader not in the chat today, but do not forget that he has a stream tonight looking at the aftermath of the Batley and Spen by-election and a new stream format, no less. Do tune in and tell him I sent you. Right. Let us move on to the Daily Mail, today's final paper and the final paper of the week. I will, of course, be back on Monday at 1 p.m. as I am most weeks. All right, here we go. Daily Mail. Legacy she'd really want for her boys to end their division, says Richard Kay, presumably using a Ouija board to get those answers. Or at least if he was in the Express, he would be. Retig C giving the Times a minus 69, 69, 420, 69. The main headline, together but still so far apart. Inside, the first spread of the paper is dedicated to pictures and coverage of that statue unveiling. Another page dedicated to that, a full page from Richard Kay saying the legacy my friend Diana would really want for her beloved boys to end their sad division. I mean, she tolerated him. She thinks he thinks she was his friend is really bullshit. On page 6, Vultures circle for Keir as voters give verdict. Labour League could face coup if party flops in by-election. Doesn't look likely now that they haven't. Diana sure is talkative for a spirit, says Slinkermeyer. Red 16, holy shit, Princess Diana died. When did that happen? The bit will never die. On page 7, Emma's at A star. Teens triumph after her A-levels. On pages 8 and 9, freedom at last. Boris set to lift almost all legal restrictions on July 19th. 1.7 million could be ordered to isolate each week. Get booster jab at the chemist. Malta says it will let Britain in with phone proof of 2 jabs. Believes shooting suspect savages partner's family. I can't believe how I've been treated. They've shunned me to protect their reputation, says socialite. It's a funny job, socialite, isn't it? UK's £1 billion post-Brexit booster is how they talk about the Nissan electric car expansion. Tom Utley says, a crunch match on telly, no better time for a football widower like me to do the weekly shop. Charity that lost its humanity is Dominique Samuel's coverage of Oxfam. C122, H122, 300 votes save Keir Starmer more electable than Cohen. Yeah, imagine. Little John says, no wonder the cashless society is potless. Oh, God. Will Cosby's release pave the way for Maxwell and Weinstein? No, probably not. 9 years on, Tory MP causes fury as he skips security check. The Tory MP at the heart of the plebgate row has again sparked fury from Westminster security staff. Former Cabinet Minister Andrew Mitchell was spotted evading a parliamentary pass check on his bicycle. He was seen bicycling around a barrier on Wednesday morning instead of stopping at the checkpoint to have his Commons pass scanned. He's a massive dick. Senka Meyer says the Parliamentary Labour Party's collective delusion is powerful. Yep. Liz Jones says how Gap went out of vogue. Just opportunities to show pictures of old Gap ads. On page 27, to cite 3 suicides linked to reality show Love Island's cruel twist prompts trolls to target blonde. Yeah, well, the tabloids and newspapers themselves were targeting her just the other day, so there you go. On pages 28 and 29, The Real Daddy's Girls by Samantha Brick. What happens when, for whatever reason, mum's gone and it's just father and daughter? As these heartwarming tales reveal, it's a roller coaster ride of dolls, dress up, and those tricky chats. Fucking hell. There are many single dads who aren't weird about it, but the Daily Mail has to be weird about it. Jamois says, so how long before the guilt and regret burst Matt's bubble of stolen romance? I don't know. I don't give a fuck about Jamois' opinions on anything. On July the 2nd, 2021, on this day, let's see what the On This Day column has for us. On this day, July 2nd, 1987, the Daily Mail wrote, schools will have to spend 90% of classroom time teaching the government's core curriculum after the new education bill becomes law in the autumn. The 10 compulsory subjects will be English, maths, science, foreign languages, history, geography, technology, music, art, and physical education. And compulsory testing in these will take place at the ages of 7, 11, 14, and 16. On July the 2nd, 1991, the Daily Mail wrote, Colombian drug baron Pablo Escobar is to be tried by a judge he cannot see and whose voice will be electronically scrambled to protect his identity. The government is using advanced technology to prove it can safeguard the judge and witnesses and permit a fair trial. Happy birthday to Imelda Marcos, 92, not really. And happy birthday to Kenneth Clark, 81, not really. Born on this day, Thomas Cranmer, 1489, 1556. And Wisława Szymborska, the Polish poet who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1996, preferred privacy in her own life, earning her the nickname the Greta Garbo of world poetry. On July 2nd, 1940, Hitler drew up plans for Operation Sea Lion, the invasion of Britain. It didn't happen. In 1990, the first episode of MasterChef with Lloyd Grossman aired on BBC One. Quote of the day for today comes from Will Rogers, the American actor, who died in 1935 and was born in 1879. Life in such a way that you wouldn't be ashamed to sell the family parrot to the town gossip. Live in such a way that you wouldn't be ashamed to sell the family parrot to the town gossip. Joke of the day. Why are fish so intelligent? Because they're always in schools. Robot voice judge sounds cool and dystopian, 100%, says Farage's fuckface. The first trans cover star of the WI's magazine is featured. Mark Kenosis broke that news to us yesterday, and we were all glad to hear it. Looks like a nice cover. The WI welcome me to the sisterhood. Meet Petra, inspirational speaker, trans activist, proud member of Cake and Revolution. Good. How does the Daily Mail cover it? Pretty straight, to be honest. Freya Bentos fact checks that joke. Some fish are solitary idiots. Smart homes face 12,000 hack attacks every week is the claim from which. Dodgy statistics, I think. Emma Watson asks you for a restaurant recommendation. My advice is keep stum. Her Harry Potter co-star Jessie Cave has revealed that Watson never spoke to her again after she advised where to have a tasty meal in the West End. Cave, 34, played Ron Weasley's love interest Lavender Brown, says she panicked when Watson asked where to go and picked a venue because of its bright yellow decor. I was slightly older than her, and she seemed to like me in the beginning, Cave said. She thought I was cool, so said, do you know anywhere to go in Soho that's cool? I just panicked. I'd never been to a cool place, and I remember this restaurant's just off Tottenham Court Road. I said, it's yellow, it looks cool. So I said, yeah, there's this amazing place, you have to go. It was a noodle bar, fast food basically. She went on Friday night, and on Monday morning she came up to me and said, I went to that place and I got mobbed. She had a terrible time. After that, she didn't really talk to me. It would be funny to anyone else, but I think she was quite upset. Literally a story from a podcast being twisted in the wrong way. Dr. Fessy, I was so ready to throw hands at Daily Mail if they dared to shit on the WI cover story. Not that I'm not ready to throw hands at them anyway. Yeah. The spy who saved the world for 12 perilous days in 1962. The world stood on the precipice of World War III, sorry. Now, a major new movie starring Benedict Cumberbatch tells the unlikely and thrilling tale of the eccentric Briton who became the spy who saved the world. Once again, it's the Daily Mail basically doing a rewrite of a section from a book. They give Black Widow 4 stars. They give Another Round 4 stars. They give Freaky 3 stars. On the front page of the Euro verdict, we are so good it's scary, says Grealish. Honestly, lads, you're setting yourselves up for a fall. The book of the week is Two Hitlers and a Marilyn, about the autograph collector. What? Oh, okay, I thought you said something to me. It's alright, I thought you were calling me to say you couldn't get the door. Christopher Stevens in the TV says Big Dog Britain was a 4-star show, but the Hotel Inspector was only 2 stars. In the cartoons, Garfield Scales tell him he's fat, and he asks them for an apology, and the Scales says, okay, I'm sorry that you're fat. Chloe and Co, her friend and her are sitting down and talking, and in Fred Bassett and his friends are running around. They're still trying to get you to enter their competition for a luxury motorhome. And we reach the letters. Mrs. B. McDevitt says, the Right Honourable Matt Hancock, is that a mistake? P. Lacey says, just 4% of women support gender-neutral toilets. That's it then, we'll be getting them before long. Alan Morgan says, when I heard England football fans booing the German national anthem on Tuesday, I felt proud to be Welsh. And Susan Whitfield says, far from seeing Roy Keane's beard and thinking he looked scruffy, all I could think was, war. Not reading the poem today, can't face it. Today's recipe is veggie vermicelli. It looks fine. They're trying to get you to go on a cruise to the Far East and the Emirates. They're trying to get you to get a weird holiday home. They're trying to sell retirement apartments, ugly dresses. In the car reviews, they review a Polestar 2. And in the sports, a star is born. 18-year-old Brit Emma Raducanu wows Wimbledon. They'll find a way to make her unhappy, no doubt. And not for sale, Kane won't be leaving, Spurs tells new boss Nuno Espirito Santo. And Everton's £50 million white bid to foil Arsenal. They want to sign England's Ben White from Brighton. Okay, give me your scores for the Daily Mail as we bring today's final episode of the week to a close. Thank you all for joining me across this week. Much appreciated. I will be back on Monday for a new episode, the magazine special. C122 H122 says that issue of the Mail was boring. I go with Slinker Maya. I also give it a double negative nice. And also Dr. Vesti, yeah, I concur with both of you on that score. If you've enjoyed the shows this week and you want to help, and particularly if you want to suggest a magazine for the Monday magazine special, which will be happening on Monday, by hook or by crook, it's happening. Chuck some coins into PayPal. Not that, I've given you the wrong link there. PayPal.me/conquest of the useless. Yeah, chuck some coins in there, and that will be much appreciated. Red Tick Seed says the Daily Mail was boringly bad, -69. Also, if you enjoy the show and you want to continue talking with your fellow Conquest of the Useless readers and the Paper Thing watchers, do consider joining the Discord. I will drop the link for the Discord in the chat now. It's good in there, and it's nice to see, so many people joining it and chucking in articles they think are rubbish, and generally sharing the awfulness together. There is the Discord link. And of course, if you missed any of today's shows or any of the previous shows this week, they all go up on YouTube. This episode will be up on YouTube this afternoon. So, just look at my Twitter for the latest link. Hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you, Slinky. You enjoy your weekend too. I will see you on Monday. In the meantime, have a great one. It's Kid in the Room's birthday on Monday, but it's her birthday extravaganza this weekend, so I will be chaperoning some small girls to a trampolining park. So wish me luck with that. All right, catch you later.